Hello, welcome back to Exhibition Tournament number 4, part 2. We're going to pick up right where we left off. We have 16 competitors remaining, each winning one fight in the round of 32. But to take home the title, they have to win 4 more fights. Let's meet our competitors real quick. First, we have Whiteblow getting an upset over Palindrome, previous semifinalist in the last round. We have Vortex, who won a nail-biter against Skyline in round of 32. Champain Supernova, who put on an impressive performance against Salmon, and Fission, who put on a similarly impressive performance against last tournament's round 1 loser Stickbug. Moving over to Quadrant 2, we have Death by Committee, who won a very lucky fight against previous semifinalist Gung. Drunk Uncle 2, who pulled off a surprise win over Quake. Quake was one I thought would go far, but Drunk Uncle 2 is moving on to the round of 16. Double Time, who pinned Symbol Rush against the wall in a quick fight. Silver Fork Debil-itator, who caused a lot of damage and sent Armored Core flying through the air. Moving down to Quadrant 3, we have Aeon Disc, who won a close judge's decision against Protodigit, and Void Monster, who won in a similarly close fashion, but this time KO Bloodbath. We have Blizzard, who knocked the Flipper out of the arena, sent it all the way across the arena, and Gearhead, who again proved its victory over Rad Wedge in the last tournament was no fluke when they beat Rad Wedge 2 in the first round. And finally in Quadrant 4 we have Boost, who beat last tournament's quarterfinalist Mariana. Discord improving its record after beating Furpicked. Cloud9, who won a close fight against Graviator but managed to pull it out in the end. And Baronol, who sent Baguette Beatdown flying into the arena hazards, picking up a quick victory in round 1. These are all 16 competitors, so let's get on to the fights. Of course, first up in Quadrant 1, we have Whiteblow versus Vortex. Whiteblow, a massive vertical spinner, and Vortex, the smaller bot, long forks, and the horizontal hammer saw. A lot of people said Vortex is going to go far, but Whiteblow might actually have the edge in this fight due to its weapon causing a lot of damage. But again, Whiteblow is a very chaotic bot, so you never know what happens when it'll enter the arena. This is going to be a tough fight for both bots, so let's get into it. Both bots charging. Oh, both bots sent flying through the air after that first exchange, after Vortex bringing its weapon down. This is unlike a bot really Vortex has ever fought before, so it needs to... Oh, another massive hit by both. Seems like Whiteblow got the better of that exchange. Vortex is stuck on the wall. Whiteblow getting a big hit, sending Vortex through the air. But Whiteblow backing itself into the wall and sending itself out of the arena. Will it bounce back in? No! Whiteblow is eliminated. At a very unfortunate driving error. Backing the wall, sent it flying through the air, knocking itself out of the arena. Whiteblow had a great start, but Vortex sturdy enough to take those hits. And it will be moving on to the quarterfinals. Vortex is definitely one to watch out for in these quarterfinals. This is definitely not a joke of a bot, and it pulled off a victory over that very chaotic bot. Exciting start to the tournament so far, but let's move on to the next fight, which of course will be Champain Supernova and Fission, battle of two powerful horizontal disc spinners. Champain Supernova probably has the advantage, however, Fission is no joke of a bot. So here we go. Both bots charging in. Of course, Champain Supernova doing what it should do, and going for Fission's wheels, which are exposed on both sides of his front. A great strategy right off the bat. Getting another hit on those wheels, sending another hit, nearly sending Fission out of the arena. Another hit, almost sending it out of the arena again. Fission on top. Champain Supernova briefly. Champain Supernova now under Fission. Again, trying to get it out of the arena, and that... Again, we have another quick out of the arena victory. Champain Supernova, along with Vortex, moving on to the quarterfinals in quick fashion. And hopefully the fight between those two is a little bit longer than their two fights so far. But Champain Supernova will be fighting Vortex in the next round. Going back to the bracket, we have our quarterfinal for Quadrant 1. All done. It of course is Vortex versus Supernova. One of these two will come out of Quadrant 1 the victor. But first, let's move over to Quadrant 2. where we have our first fight. Death by Committee and Drunk Uncle 2. Death by Committee, the 4-wheel drive lifter hammer, and Drunk Uncle 2, the tombstone style spinner. Death by Committee had a very lucky win against another horizontal spinner. Can it put on a more convincing win this time, or will Drunk Uncle 2 move on to the quarterfinals like it did last tournament? Two bots colliding. Drunk Uncle 2 getting a big hit right off the bat against Death by Committee on the side. Drunk Uncle 2 needs to watch out for those arena hazards. That's what killed Gung Ho in its last fight, but Drunk Uncle 2 knocking a wheel off Death by Committee right off the bat. But Death by Committee responding, flipping Drunk Uncle 2 over when it got on top using that hammer. Death by Committee now pushing Drunk Uncle 2 back against the wall. Drunk Uncle 2 looking for another big kick around the sides, and it gets it. Getting underneath Death by Committee, and again another Quake out of the arena. That seems to be the theme of the round of 16 so far. Quake out of the arenas. And here we go again. Drunk Uncle 2, just like in the last tournament, will be moving on to the quarterfinals in a very, very convincing fashion in this fight. It's definitely going to be one to watch out for. I did not think it would do this well, to be honest, but it's a worthy competitor nonetheless. But who will be fighting in the quarterfinals? Will either be Double Time or Silver Fork Debil-itator. This might be the fight to look out for in the round of 16. Both of these bots undoubtedly favorites to take home the whole title, or just make a deep run in general. And they have to fight now. Let's see who takes it. Will it be the Shufflers and Double Egg Beaters of Double Time, or will it be the Long Forks and Vertical Spinner of Silver Fork Debil-itator? This is going to be a rough matchup for both bots. See what happens. Both bots charging at each other. Both of them kind of stalemating against each other right off the bat. Oh, Double Time having the lower ground clearance. Wraps that bat, sending Silver Fork Debil-itator flying. Silver Fork Debil-itator needs to regroup. Oh, but now its fork seems to be bent up, which is not a good sign for it. Now Double Time just getting around the bat. It's being slow and steady when doing what it needs to do. Sending Silver Fork Debil-itator through the air. Silver Fork Debil-itator unable to self-right. Now stuck against the wall. Double Time doing exactly what it needs to do in this fight. And is this another out of the arena? Another out of the arena in less than a minute. I said this was the theme of the tournament, and you know, I really shouldn't have said anything, because another quick out of the arena. This tournament's going to be over in half an hour at this rate, but either way, Double Time moving on. A very, very quick and convincing fight. That's all fights have been so far. But here we go. Double Time will be moving on to the quarterfinals, where we'll fight Drunk Uncle 2. A battle of big horizontal versus big vertical. That's going to be one to look out for in the next round. First, let's head back to the bracket. Alright, after 4 quick fights, we already have 4 of our 8 quarterfinalists ready for next round. Vortex, Champain, Supernova, Drunk Uncle 2, and Double Time have all moved on after Quake out of the arenas in convincing fashion. Moving down to Quadrant 3, we have Aeon Disc winning in arguably the closest match of the previous round in Void Monster, who won in another very close match. Void Monster did struggle harder against Bloodbath than it did. Aeon Disc is another powerful horizontal disc spinner, so Void Monster might struggle here. Aeon Disc, like I said in the previous video, is arguably the favorite to make it out of this side of the bracket, so we'll have to see if he can continue its run, or if Void Monster will move on to the quarterfinals. Let's go. Here are the 2 bots. Aeon Disc, the low to the ground, powerful horizontal disc spinner, but Void Monster has one of the most powerful flippers in the competition. We'll have to see. Void Monster's going to have the advantage, but it's going to have to line up its shots well. It's not doing that so far, missing both of its first 2 and missing its 3rd flip as well. Getting a small flip on Aeon Disc there, getting a better flip on Aeon Disc, sending it through the air into the corner, and this might be it. If Void Monster leaves it there, this will in fact be it for Aeon Disc, and it looks like Aeon Disc is stuck, and Void Monster will be taking another quick victory. This is 16 has been very, very quick so far, but this wasn't an out of the arena, but Void Monster doing what it needs to do, getting Aeon Disc stuck and taking the win. Very smart strategy. And for that, it will be moving on to the quarterfinals in quick fashion. Now, who will be fighting? We'll be fighting either Blizzard or Gearhead. Blizzard, the two-wheel drive horizontal bar spinner. Gearhead, the compact two-wheel drive drum spinner. Gearhead, of course, won the rematch. And Blizzard won its first ever fight in the exhibition tournaments. Both of them looking to go far in this tournament. Both of them bit unexpected success. But see who wins. Blizzard getting the better of the first two exchanges, sending Gearhead flying, and this could be it already if Gearhead can't get free from the corner. It's 2 hits, all Blizzard needs to eliminate Gearhead. Gearhead still appears to be stuck in the corner and is being counted out, and that is it. This is probably the quickest fight of the tournament so far, and another quick another quick fight in the round of 16, moving Blizzard on to the quarterfinals. Blizzard definitely a surprise. Didn't see it going this far, but here it is in the quarterfinals nonetheless, where we'll be fighting Void Monster. Void Monster having to fight yet another powerful horizontal spinner. It took care of Aeon Disc in the last round, but can Blizzard be the one to beat it? We'll have to see in the quarterfinals. But first, let's take a look back at the tournament, the bracket real fast before we move on to Quadrant 4. Alright, we have 2 quarterfinal positions left to fill. All 6 round of 16 fights so far have been extremely quick and dominant. Will these next 4 bots, will their 2 fights be the same? We'll have to see when we move on to Quadrant 4 in our first fight. Boost versus Discord. Boost, the overhead 4-wheel drive overhead horizontal spinner. Discord, the 4-wheel drive vertical spinner. Both of them a bit of dark horses in this tournament, to be honest. We'll have to see who can move on to the quarterfinals. Those have solid designs, have powerful weapons. We'll have to see. Discord probably has the advantage. Verts usually have the advantage of these kind of fights, but you never know. Boost has a very powerful weapon. Both of them charging against each other. Neither are really getting the better exchanges until then. Discord sending Boost to the air, sending it to the air again a little bit there. Oh, a better hit by Discord there. Being very aggressive against Boost. Boost retaliating with a decent hit back. Oh, Discord up in the air briefly, but coming back down. Discord, again, seems to have better control over this fight. Pushing Boost towards the corner, sending it through the air. Oh, another decent hit by Discord. Neither of them getting massive hits, just Discord is getting the better hit so far, just juggling Boost, doing what it needs to do. Oh, Discord getting Boost up against the corner. Can Boost do something here to get back? Boost around the side of Discord. Can it take off a wheel? Oh, a good hit by Discord, sending Boost through the air. Now Boost up on the screws. Now off, on the screws only briefly. Now getting off. Discord is in full control of this fight so far. It was even right off the start, but Discord is getting control. Boost needs to pull something back. Needs to get a good hit on Discord, flip it over, get a wheel off, something like that. But Boost exposing its back and Discord taking advantage. Oh, good hit by Discord, sending Boost directly into the screws again. Discord in full control of this fight. It's the longest fight we've had so far in the round of 16. It looks like Discord will take it unless Boost can pull something off big right now. And it needs to do something quick because Discord is doing a lot of damage to it. Oh, good hit by Boost, but it wasn't able to follow it up. Discord again pushing Boost back towards the corner. It's been its main strategy this fight, and now Boost may be pinned against the wall. We'll have to see. Discord's gonna have to move soon. Oh, both bots. Oh, no, yeah, Discord's free. Oh, Boost got free as well, but Boost got destroyed by the hammer, and that means that Discord will, in fact, be the one moving on to the quarterfinals in our longest round of 16 match so far. Can't believe I'm saying that about a 1.5-minute long fight, but here we are. Discord, of course, after losing in the first round of the last tournament, is coming back in this tournament with a vengeance, with a very solid performance so far in its first 2 fights, but we're going to have to see who it fights in the quarterfinals with our last round of 16 fight, which of course will be Cloud9 and Baronol. another overhead horizontal spinner versus vertical spinner match. However, Barinol's low to the ground design might give it an advantage in this fight, but Cloud9 is not a robot to be messed with. It has a very solid wedge, and it does seem to be pinning Barinol right off the bat. Cloud9 needs to be back up. It does. Cloud9 does seem to have the lower ground clearance so far, not really able to take advantage of it, but Barinol, when it gets under Cloud9, oh, got a big hit around the side of Cloud9 on its wheel, I believe, sending it back into the screws. Barinol with the slow and steady approach, just chipping away at Cloud9, getting those big hits when it can, and that's another big hit by Barinol, sending Cloud9 into the corner behind the hammer. Can Cloud9 get free? It does. Barinol delivering another hit around the side, or the back, when Cloud9 got off, and another big hit on the side of Cloud9. Cloud9 not really able to get anything going so far. Just getting tossed around by Barinol. Barinol seeming to have the ground clearance advantage as this fight goes on. Yeah, Cloud9 got under Barinol. Oh, Cloud9 under Barinol, but not really able to do anything with it. It's vertical spinner too high up to hit the small body of Barinol. Yeah, Cloud9 doing what it can. It's trying to get Barinol up its wedge, but not really able to. Barinol is just too small. Barinol chipping away at Cloud9 a little bit. Cloud9 just kind of trying to stall the fight. Cloud9 needs to move. Alright, this is a pin. Okay, I will just... Okay, since Cloud9 is pinning Barinol right here and won't let it free, I will just take this fight to the judges. Okay, this will be a judge's decision, since both bots did appear to be stuck together, and there was more than a minute in, excuse me, to the fight. So this fight will be judge's decision. Like a lot of judge's decisions, I think there is a very clear winner here. Barinol delivered the bigger hits. It had more control. It obviously did a lot more damage. So Barinol will be the winner, and it will be our last quarterfinalist. Moving on to the quarterfinals, where it will fight Discord in the next round. That'll be a very interesting fight. Both Barinol and Discord a bit of underdogs, if you're asking me. So one of the two will move on to the semifinals. Look, we're gonna have to see when we get around to that fight. First, let's go back to the big bracket. Alright, here we are. 8 robots remaining after a very, very quick round of 16. Here we are with the quarterfinals. Our quarterfinal in quadrant 1 will be Vortex versus Champain Supernova. Vortex having 2 back-to-back close fights, while Champain Supernova not really having any trouble with its first 2 opponents. Vortex has an uphill battle with its forks up front, but it's a tough fight. So we'll have to see who comes out on top there. And next up we have Junk Uncle 2. Very impressive run by it so far, very unexpected from me, but it has a rough match ahead of it against Double Time, who knocked out its first 2 opponents very, very quickly and dominantly. Plus, with its very solid wedge up front, Drunk Uncle 2 has its work cut out for it, but it has surprised me so far, so you never know. And then Quadrant 3, we have the Flipper Void Monster versus the Horizontal Spinner of Blizzard. It makes sense in the quadrant of horizontals versus flippers. We had a horizontal versus flipper as the last match of the quadrant. These two coming out on top of their quadrant. Void Monster getting a close win over Bloodbath before knocking out Aeon Disc very quickly. And Blizzard getting 2 very quick wins against Spyder 2.4 and Gearhead, knocking Spyder out of the arena, getting Gearhead stuck on the arena. And Blizzard Spinner, I kind of underestimated going into this tournament. It is no joke. And like I said, Void Monster did struggle a little bit with Bloodbath in the first round. Blizzard has a somewhat similar design philosophy to it, so you might see a surprise here. Void Monster definitely the favorite of these two, but Blizzard has the capacity to pull off an upset. And lastly, in Quadrant 4, as I said, in the most open quadrant, we have Discord and Barinol. Discord redeeming its performance after its lackluster performance in the last tournament, making it the quarterfinals, beating 2 horizontal spinners along the way in Mariana and Boost. Very dominant fashion, or excuse me, it beat Furpect in Boost, excuse me. I was looking at the wrong match. And Baronol beating the huge horizontal spinner of Baguette Beatdown and the vertical spinner of Cloud9 after both of them got stuck together. Again, like most of Quadrant 4, this is really up in the air how this match will go, and whichever one of these two bots make it to the semifinals, they'll definitely be the underdog of the 4, but without further ado, let's get started with the quarterfinals. In match 1, we'll be going straight through the 4 quarterfinal matches, so let's get started. It will be Vortex and it will be Champain Supernova. Vortex, of course, 4-wheel drive, horizontal hammer saw, very unique design, but Champain Supernova is a tried and true huge horizontal spinner. Very interesting to see who picks up this match. I'd say Champain Supernova has the advantage, but Vortex could definitely pull this off. Oh, both bots colliding against each other. Vortex now around the side of Champain Supernova, attempting to bring its weapon down, but not really able to get the right angle so far. Both of them just kind of spinning in circles right now, not really able to do anything to each other at the moment after that first exchange. Vortex seemingly slowly getting Champain Supernova over, but a massive hit sends both flying through the air. Champain Supernova up on the screws. Vortex landing back on its wheels though. Oh, Vortex now pushing Champain Supernova into the corner. It has control of this fight so far, but Champain Supernova is doing a lot of damage with the hammer, sending Champain Supernova flying back towards the screws. Another big hit by Vortex. Champain Supernova almost stuck on its side, but falling back down. Vortex is doing a good job getting control of this fight so far, but Champain Supernova doing a lot of damage. Vortex needs to try to knock out Champain Supernova quickly. It cannot drive under the hammer if it wants to win this fight. Champain Supernova getting a big hit around the side of Vortex. Vortex now stuck in the corner, unable to get away from the hammer. It also seems to be having trouble self-righting. I'm not sure what's going on with it right now. Its forks may be stuck against the wall, but Champain Supernova isn't really taking much of an advantage so far. Maybe it's just leaving it to be counted out? No, going in for a hit there. Oh, Vortex knocking itself out by driving into the saws. A very poor driving there by Vortex at the end, but a good back and forth match overall. But we will see Champain Supernova being our first semi-finalist, being the winner of Quadrant 1. As I said, it may have been was definitely one of the favorites of Quadrant 1 right off the bat, and it will be moving on, but we'll have to wait a while to see who it fights in its next match, because next we'll be moving on to the quarterfinal match of Quadrant 2. Of course, that quarterfinal match being Drunk Uncle 2 and Double Time. Can Drunk Uncle 2 pull off a massive upset here? We'll just have to see. Double Time definitely, without a doubt, the favorite of these two, due to its performances outside of this tournament as well. But Drunk Uncle 2 has a massive horizontal spinner, so if it can get the right hit. But what it doesn't want to do is go straight on to the wedge of Double Time. It probably wants to get around the side, but it's not really able to do so far. Double Time sending it flying a few times. Oh, decent hit by Drunk Uncle 2 right there. Double Time may be having some driving issues in the corner. No, it seems to be fine. It was spinning around a little bit, but it does appear to be fine now. Drunk Uncle 2 needs to get out of the corner, needs to regroup, and which it does seem to be doing now. Drunk Uncle 2 not really able to get a good angle on Double Time. He's just sending it flying. Drunk Uncle 2 not having a fun time with the hammers in this fight. The hammers in this tournament have been a killer so far. And now just kind of stuck up on Double Time, being chipped away by its weapon. Drunk Uncle 2 now seemingly having trouble spinning its weapon. Not able to get anything going, and Double Time knocks it out in under a minute. And Double Time will be our next semi-finalist, moving out of Quadrant 2. And of course, in dominant fashion, like I was probably expecting it to do. But we're gonna have to see who it's gonna fight in its next match. Will it be the flipper of Void Monster, or will it be the horizontal disc of Blizzard? Of course, Double Time's probably hoping for Blizzard to pull off the upset here, since it would be a better matchup, but Void Monster definitely the favorite of the two. However, like as I've mentioned many times before, Void Monster can struggle with horizontal spinners. We're gonna have to see if it could pull off this fight cleanly, or if Blizzard will pull off yet another upset in this tournament. Well, the two charging in, Void Monster getting a big flip right off the bat. Oh, missing its second flip though. Oh, missing its third flip attempt. Oh, getting another good flip on Blizzard, sending it towards the corner, and that might be it right out immediately, and that is it. 10 seconds is all Void Monster needed to flip Blizzard out of the arena, and Void Monster is gonna take the win in, again, quick fashion. Void Monster has not been kidding around in its last two fights. After its close win against Bloodbath, it took Aeon Disc, it took Blizzard, and it knocked them out quickly, and now Void Monster is looking very, very strong going to the semifinals against Double Time. That is going to be a big match to watch out for. Whoever comes out of that match the winner will undoubtedly be the favorite in the finals. But before we can get there, we have to take a look at our final quarterfinal match, which will be Discord and will be Baronal. Both of them kind of surprises for how well they've done. Discord has done very solidly against its first opponents. Baronal has as well, although it did have a bit of a scare with getting stuck on Cloud 9 in the last fight, but the judges did go its way. Both of them, I'd say, fairly evenly matched. So I'm not really sure who will take this one, but only one way to find out. That is in the arena. There's Discord. Even if it loses here, it knows that it has redeemed its performance in the last tournament. Baronal getting the better of it first exchange. No, Baronal seeming to have the lower front wedge, sending Discord not really able to get much of a purchase on Baronal's body so far. As I've mentioned, Baronal's low to the ground, but until then, Discord with a massive hit sending Baronal through the air, but Baronal recovers quickly. It's just kind of chipping away at Discord, but Discord getting a good hit backwards, and oh, that is it. Yet another quick out of the arena. That has been a very, very common theme. Baronal starting out well, but Discord pulling it back and doing what it needs to do and getting Baronal out of the arena. Discord definitely a dark horse of this tournament so far. I was not expecting it to do as well as it did, but here it is in the semifinals. And speaking of semifinals, let's take a quick look back at the tournament at our 4 remaining bots. Double Time and Void Monster. Double Time and Void Monster have been very dominant in their own unique ways. Double Time, a big damage dealer, and Void Monster seemingly specializing in getting its opponents stuck against the wall. As I mentioned, Double Time can have some issues when flipped, but Void Monster is vulnerable to taking a lot of damage from big spinners, so this could really go either way, just like our last match, but this is going to be a match of two massive hitters. I cannot wait to see how this match goes, and let's see who will be joining Discord in the final. There they are, Double Time and Void Monster, the two heading into the arena. The Battle of the Titans, the winner of Quadrant 2 and the winner of Quadrant 3. Let's see who will stake their place in the final. The two charging. Void Monster getting under Double Time, but missing its first two flips. Oh, again, missing another flip. Oh, the boat's sent flying back. Oh, but Void Monster recovery. Double Time upside down. Oh, Void Monster getting a good flip on Double Time, getting another good flip, sending Double Time into the screws. Void Monster has the advantage right now with Double Time being upside down, but it needs to take advantage of that. Again, flipping Double Time up onto the screws and flipping Double Time once again. Oh, but Double Time getting around the side of Void Monster does not want to do that. Void Monster needs to get away and regroup. No, but here comes Double Time. Double Time might be having some movement issues, but oh, Void Monster getting dragged onto the screws, but Void Monster getting a big flip on Double Time, sending it back towards the corner. Can Void Monster get it out of the arena? Oh no, Double Time landing back into the arena. Void Monster now around the side, but Void Monster stuck up on the screws briefly, but getting off, getting another big flip on Double Time. This is a very close match, a massive flip on Double Time, sending it into the air. Double Time out of the arena. It is, and Void Monster will be moving on to the final. That was an incredible match, a great performance by both bots, but Void Monster doing what it does, getting underneath and flipping Double Time out of the arena. Double Time, an impressive performance by it, cannot be doubted, but Void Monster is our winner and is our finalist. This has been an exciting bracket so far. Let's go look at the bracket one last time. Here we are back in the bracket. After exciting semifinal round, after exciting tournament in general, we are left with two bots remaining. From Quadrant 4, we have Discord picking up wins against Furpect in the first round, Boost in the second round, Baronol in the third round, and just in the semifinals, pulling off a win over Champain Supernova to stake its place here in the final. Discord has been a huge surprise from the success it's had. I really was not expecting it to make it this far, to be honest with you. It is a big underdog going into this final, but it is a powerful bot in its own right, and we have seen that in this tournament, taking on some formidable opponents with some powerful weapons and coming out on top every time, often in dominant fashion. Especially in its last match against Champain Supernova, undoubtedly one of the best fights of the tournament. However, on the other side of the arena, we have Void Monster, undoubtedly the favorite of these two to take the title, and from its last couple of matches, it is very easy to see why. After its close shave with Bloodbath, it has gone on a rampage, taking out Aeon Disc quickly, taking out Blizzard even quicker, and then in its last match, taking out arguably the tournament favorite in Double Time. And it did a very good job in that fight. It was a brief scare from Double Time there, but Void Monster handily flipped Double Time around the arena before getting it in the corner and flipping it out of the arena. Void Monster is quick, it is low to the ground, but we have seen in the past it takes a lot of damage from spinners. The Discord spinner, while it may not be big, it may not be the most powerful, it can still deal big damage in its own right, but Discord is going to have to play this match well is going to have to drive extremely well, because Void Monster is a fast, aggressive flipper who can take control of a fight quickly if you let it. If Discord pulls off the win here, that would be the most shocking win, easily the most shocking win in tournament history. But it's going to have a rough road ahead of it in Void Monster. So, but before the final, we're going to have the deciding match to see who will take third place in this tournament. Double Time and Champain Supernova will get one more chance in the arena, battling it out to see who will take fourth place. So, let's head over to that fight. So, there's only one way to find out who will be taking third place, and that is in the arena. The two bots charging into each other. Champain Supernova trying to swing around, but Double Time getting his big hits on it, sending it through the air. Double Time doing what it does, just teeing bots up and just sending them through the air. Massive hit sending Champain Supernova into the ceiling. Champain Supernova trying to swing around, getting some decent hits on Double Time. A good hit around the side of Double Time, but Double Time sending Champain Supernova back, almost out of the arena. And will it be out of the arena or will it bounce back in? No, and that is it. A quick match, but a fun match nonetheless. Double Time sending Champain Supernova out of the arena, and that means Double Time will be our third place finisher for this tournament. A well-earned third place finish for it nonetheless, undoubtedly. But let's not ignore Champain Supernova picking up a very good fourth place and having a very solid run in this tournament, getting some very good wins. But now that we've determined our third and fourth place finishers, let's get back to the bracket and talk about our finalists one more time and get into the finale. See you there. Alright, we're back. Now that we have a third place finisher, we can finally move on to the fight we've all been waiting for to find out who will take the title of Exhibition Bracket number 4. Will it be Discord or will it be Void Monster? Let's head on into the arena and let the bots fight it out. Discord, can it pull off a massive upset, or will Void Monster continue its dominant streak and take the title? Only one way to find out, and that is in the arena. The two bots are in the arena. Let the fight begin. Two bots going in. Void Monster getting a big flip right off the bat, sending Discord into the screws and then sending Discord into the ceiling. Discord needs to get something going quick here because Void Monster is taking control despite, but Void Monster now pinned itself under the screws. But Discord is stuck as well. Oh, are both bots stuck? Oh, Void Monster has shown enough movement to get free, so both bots are not stuck. And Discord eliminated in only 23 seconds. And that means that we have our tournament winner, Void Monster. As I said, continuing its dominant streak after its rough first round match. It has been on a tear, beating robot after robot quickly and dominantly, and it has done the same to Discord. Now, all credit to Discord for a second place run. It was an incredible underdog, and it did as well as it could, but in the end, it does finish second place, and Void Monster, the winner of our tournament, will be finishing in first place, taking the title. What an impressive run, and let's give Void Monster its victory. Void Monster out of Quadrant 3, fighting spinner after spinner, beating all of them along the way, has taken our bracket title, and it is up with our other winners, and an impressive performance by it in this tournament, undoubtedly. And here we go. Thank you all for watching this so much. This tournament was so fun. I love filming it. I love recording it. This is undoubtedly my favorite tournament so far. There are some amazing matches, and we have, of course, an amazing winner right here along the way. But let's give a credit to every bot that competed in this tournament, and a huge shout out to all the builders who made all the bots in these tournaments. Shout outs in the description, as always, of course. So thank all of you for watching, and I will see you again another time.